to seal second place. Again, Hearts the visitors at Pittodrie. Watching for us was Liam MacLeod.
Derek McInnes hands former Carlisle and Wigan youngster Sam Cosgrove a surprise first start for the Dons as he tries to find a way to goal against a Hearts team. They failed to do that against this season. It's close to the Hearts team that beat Aberdeen at Tynecastle earlier in the month, save for the injured Godinho and Milinkovic. Teenager Ewan Henderson was a sub at Ibrox last week, but starts. Going to go back a couple of seasons to find a Hearts victory here. Abiola Dauda got the winner in May 2016 as Aberdeen look to continue this battle for second, and Graham Shinney draws a save out of John McLaughlin. He's been in decent goal scoring form recently, the Don skipper. Here's Scott McKenna, the PFA Young Player of the Year nominee. He's found Logan, clever, Mackay-Steven, corner Aberdeen. Decent result for Mackay-Steven that. He was surrounded by Hearts bodies. Really clever flick that by Logan. And it will be Niall McGinn to take. Up goes Cosgrove. O'Connor! And the man who scored Aberdeen's last goal against Hearts breaks the deadlock against the jammed Hearts for Aberdeen this season. Well, you've got to say, this is why Sam Cosgrove's in the team, nodding it down for O'Connor, who smashes it into the net, and that could be a big, big goal for Derek McInnes. It's been a good reaction to the Scottish Cup semi-final defeat from Aberdeen. Victory at Kilmarnock, 1-0 up here. As they look for a second, and McGinn came very close to finding it. Another good bit of goalkeeping by John McLaughlin, who Hearts will miss next season. Cowie. He's been ransacked there by McLean. Ball for Cosgrove. Here's McLean. That's a fabulous pass. Mackay-Steven makes it 2-0. Aberdeen looking good for the 3 points. 3 home games in succession. Hearts tonight, followed by Hibernian next Saturday, and then Rangers. Win all 3 of those, and second will probably be theirs. It's been a problem at Aberdeen this season in games against top 6 clubs, in particular Hearts, Rangers and Celtic. Looked like exorcising one of those ghosts in this one. Niall McGinn. Logan will pick up the scraps here. That's Cosgrove! And another wonderful save by John McLaughlin, who's confirmed he will not be at Hearts next season. You have to wonder where now for Hearts this season. They will be finishing 6th, we know that. They have an Edinburgh derby to get up for in a week and a half's time. Here's Michael Smith. And Lafferty. And does not appear to be a route back into this for Craig Levine's side. And Craig Levine has a very decent record as a manager against Aberdeen. Well, that typifies Graham Shinney, that challenge. Here's McLean. And now Mackay-Steven. Rooney was offside anyway. He wouldn't have counted. Well, the Rooney's found himself on the bench quite a lot this season, looking to remind Derek McInnes he's still very much at the club.
When you play against a team who want to defend in numbers and they have plenty of bodies in their own half, it's important that if they're going to defend deep, you play beyond them or you play around them, and I thought we'd got the balance of that absolutely spot on tonight. 2 very good goals, and I thoroughly deserve 3 points, which is an important 3 points at this stage of the season.
Sloppy goals on our part, probably the reverse from the game a couple of weeks ago in the first half, that kill any momentum that we were trying to build, and Aberdeen probably done a professional job in the end. We need to look at ourselves, and in terms of their goals, they weren't good enough, but just how big an impact they have in a game, especially away from home against a team that's got a lot to play for.
Another fantastic victory for Aberdeen. Michael, are we seeing enough form from them for a second place finish?
Well, they're in the driving seat, and they've certainly turned it around since the semi-final. And they got off to a great start here. Poor play from Hearts though. Kyle Lafferty's dropped his man. Don Cowie needs to come in there rather than running away from goal. It was a bizarre goal to give away from Hearts defensively, and this was a really good goal from Aberdeen, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, Kenny McLean, I think he's been outstanding since the turn of the year. The weighted pass here is just magnificent. A really clever run from Mackay Stephen and a lovely first-time finish. That's a brilliant goal.
He just had, he had to didn't have to break his stride.
No,
just pass it into the corner. Wonderful weighted pass, yeah.
Old school, Graham Shinnie, left back.
Well, he made a difference, Graham Shinnie, in the game. He was almost man-marking Stephen Naismith at times, playing left back, but he found himself in the middle there, and then he runs off him. He gets a wonderful strike off of this first touch, and he makes John McLaughlin make
nicely,
the save.
didn't
It did. But he made a big difference. You know, you heard Derek McInnes there talking about trying to play around Hearts. They'd struggled at Tynecastle to do that. But you look here, he wins the ball in that left back area. He feeds Niall McGinn quickly, and it means they can get at that back line of Hearts. He puts in a really good ball here. Shea Logan, the other full back, is up. He wins the ball and puts in a great cross for Cosgrove to test the goalkeeper again. But that was the big difference from the game at Tynecastle. Winning the ball early, you see him there again, not in the left back area, going and winning the ball, and then they can break quickly and get at that back line of Hearts down in the wide areas, and Mackay Stephen puts in the cross again. Another good opportunity for them, and this is I think a perfect highlight of in the left back area, quickly breaking, doubling up down in the wide areas with McGinn. Eventually he gets it in the left wing area. It's a poor cross at the back end of the move, but that was the big difference from Tynecastle to Pittodrie, where they were getting extra men in the wide areas and getting there quickly, and Graham Shinnie was central to that.
Yeah, things looking on the up for Aberdeen. The grass at Pittodrie even looking a bit greener, which says it all, I think.
The grass is greener.
Exactly, for this moment in time. Not so glorious Hearts at this moment in time.
No, I mean, look, the away form is in such stark contrast to the home form for Hearts, and one of the big things for me is that you see Kyle Lafferty at the top end of the park so isolated. I mean, look at this is Stevie Naismith. He's 30 yards away from Kyle Lafferty as that ball's thumped up to him. Lewis Moore isn't up in a high wide area. There's nobody in that gap there, and Henderson, he's got to go and gamble to go in behind. When you're playing the centre forward role, look at this. That's 9 players plus the goalkeeper against 5 Aberdeen players. There's no intent. You don't need that many bodies back. And then ultimately what happens is, when they do win the ball, look at the gap to Kyle Lafferty again. I mean, you're expecting him to work miracles here. And eventually when he cuts in, look there. Stevie Naismith's bursting a gut to get up there, but it's hopeless.
Tough shift, Mike. I mean, I've played that position myself a lot. This is what you want. You want, as a striker, to be able to knock the ball down into midfield runners. That one occasion, and it only really happened once or twice in the whole game, is what you need. You need to, if you're going to play as a target man, you need runners, you need midfield runners in front of you, beyond you. And there was a predictability for me about the way that Hearts were playing, and they weren't transferring the numbers from midfield up to support Kyle Lafferty quick enough. The
thing is, if you're going to play like that longer style up to the striker, as Thomas says,
it can be effective.
It can. Might not be pretty, but you've got to get the men in support.
Let's move it on. Last season.